about what a low incidence classroom is. Those are students identified having autism or an intellectual disability. Our students need a lot of assistance. They need a lot of hand-over-hand guidance. We use a lot of sign language or an assistive technology device to communicate. And a lot of what we work on throughout the day is learning how to communicate with adults and our peers within the classroom, within the community. And we're very excited to have you guys back. We really can't wait to do this safely.
Take your seat. Good morning. Everybody situated? Everyone seated? Okay, good. Next stop, Evans Elementary. Okay, everyone, make sure you have your belongings. You're gonna get off the bus now. It's slippery out, so you please want to hold on as you exit the bus. Be careful. Have a good day.
How are you today? Come on in.
Good morning. Come on in. I'm gonna have you come on over and put your stuff away. We're gonna go over to the cubby. I'm gonna have you hang up your stuff right here. After you're done hanging up your stuff, we're gonna go ahead in here, either use the bathroom sink or you're going to be using this sink. We'll have two adults over here to help. We will be washing our hands using our hot water. We will use hand over hand, and then we will go ahead, get some soap, wash those hands, sing our ABCs, go ahead and rinse them. Once we've washed our hands, it's going to be time to eat our breakfast. We're going to go ahead over to Mrs. Miller's table. At each table, you will find a cleaning cart. These are just for the adults to have. There are Ziploc baggies to put things in. There is hand sanitizer. There is a solution for disinfecting. There are hand wipes. And there are disinfecting wipes. There will also be tissues. So these will be at every table so we can clean up as much as we need to. So you'll be eating breakfast. He'll start doing some work one-on-one. And then when he's finished with this session, Mrs. Miller will get up and rotate to the next table, and the next adult would come in. So that would be me. And we will rotate the adults. We will not be rotating the children. After each session, which is about 20 minutes, everyone washes their hands. We do it one-on-one, one at a time. Wash our hands before we go to the next station. Okay, so each bin has 3 drawers. There's a binder. In this binder, they have all of their work, everything a student or a teacher would need. In the second drawer, there are their intensive teaching cards. So this is a lot of our curriculum and instructional materials. And then in the bottom are their reinforcers. So those are things that the children like to frequently work for. Those are things that we've allowed the child to play with, see, and they take great interest in them. They're very reinforcing and rewarding. So the student will work towards these items. And they will be cleaned as frequently as they need to be. Also, we have bins. So any soiled toys, anything that's gone near the mouth, anything at the end of the day, at the end of the session, we put them in these bins. So these are our bins. And then at the end of the day or the end of the session or whenever we feel like we need to, we take all of these items, we put them in the sink and we disinfect them using our disinfecting solution, and we allow them to air dry overnight. Something else that I wanted to note is that a lot of these things that we're talking about, hand washing, sitting in the chair, instruction, breakfast, things like that, I want to note that if your child cannot do that independently, that is why we're here. That is why we have so many adults in the classroom, you'll find. And if your child has a one-on-one, a PCA, personal care assistant, A PCA will be with them in the classroom, and they will be sitting near them, so they will be able to help them, provide any hand over hand, provide any assistance that they may need. The children will never be without adult support. There will always be adult support with them. They will help them pack up, toileting, the same things that we're working on every day that PCA is a part of. They receive the same amount of training as we do, and we're looking forward to having them back as well. So as far as dismissal, we're going to have each kid come up one by one independently and get their stuff. One of the skills that we work on is packing up, so we will work on putting on our coat, zipping it, buttoning it, whatever, however we fasten it. So after they've fastened their coat, gotten all of their stuff, it's time to wash our hands. So we'll go over to the sink, wash our hands, same thing, follow all the procedures, get all of our stuff and head towards the door. Our adults will follow, and we will all head down to the dismissal room. All right, so we'll head down to the dismissal room, keeping 6 feet in between us. So once we get down here, if the buses are not here yet, we'll have the kids sit 6 feet apart with whichever adult they're paired with, their personal care assistant, instructional assistant. Then we will take them out one by one and put them on the bus. The door is right here. We would just send them out right along here. Have a great day. So as you'll see in the classroom, you'll see some dividers set up and some tables and other places. This is actually how we have our classroom set up before the pandemic, before COVID, before social distancing was even a thing, because we work one-on-one with the students. So oftentimes it will get a little bit noisier. So we like to separate the tables so that everyone can, instruct the way they need to. We also get very excited when a child says a word. You'll hear us clap and things of that sort. So this is why the tables are spaced out the way they are. The reason why we have dividers is because a lot of times our children have difficulty sitting at the table. They may like to stand, they may like to jump up and down with their hands on the table, they may be using an adapted seat. So we have the dividers up so that if a child is up and moving, it's not as distracting, and also that there are physical limitations that they can see. This is my personal space, this is my bubble, this is where I'm expected to stay unless an adult tells me otherwise or unless I ask to go somewhere else. So that's why you'll see these dividers up. We try and do different instructional areas so that we're all able to instruct the way that we need to and the way that we want to without affecting others that are learning at the same time as us. So this is our PPE gear. I have on 2 gowns. Miss Brenda only has 1. So in the front they look like this. They're sort of sheer. We have on gloves, as you'll see, which we are changing frequently, very frequently. This is a face shield, which is clear, and then she also has on a face mask. In the back, you can see mine. I have 2 gowns under it if we want to, and you'll see Miss Brenda only has 1. And that's just preference, whichever you'd like to do. And this is what you can expect from us. We are some days we may be in clear masks so that the kids can see our faces, so that when they're looking to see how the mouth moves or how to articulate a word, they'll be able to see that as well.
Hi, I'm Miss Maselli. I'm a kindergarten through 2nd grade autistic support teacher here at Evans Elementary. Today I'm going to be showing you 2 different dividers that we'll have in place here when hybrid begins. This is a teacher divider, so each teacher will have it. And it's just an extra precaution, another barrier that we can use if students are at the table without masks or if they're eating. It's just another layer of protection. And then this is a student divider right here. Each student will have their own, and this can be used if they have their masks off, if they're eating at any tables, or if we're group works, if there's other students at the table as well. They can each have their own little divider. That's our example student. So yeah, these are just some extra safety precautions that we are taking here at William Penn School District.
Scott Searcy, Transportation Coordinator here with the William Penn School District. What you're about to see demonstrated is the disinfecting process of the school buses after students have been driven to school in the morning and after they've been driven home in the afternoon. The solution being applied here is a water-based ammonium chloride solution. Once applied, it provides strong, long-lasting antimicrobial protection against a range of bacteria, viruses, and pathogens. Ready to use, no dilution required. This solution is applied to the seats and the surface area where the students sit. This will help kill the virus in the seats. This way, when the bus is boarded the next time around, the seats have been disinfected and ready for use again.